Good Lord, why is this like so much tighter with you sitting in the middle?
Dude, it is. Sit back! There you go. Oh, it's still tight. What the fuck?
Hello and welcome to the Strobing Butt Plug, a podcast about craft beer. Obviously. I am your host, Ron. This is your other host, Ron.
It's your co-host, Ron.
Co-host, Ron.
Sweet. Evil Ron and good Ron. Kill yourself.
I've been trying to.
Go fap in the bathroom. Oh, wait.
That's not really evil, that's just a thing.
Let's go fap in the bathroom and leave it all over.
Go fap in the bathroom and clean up after yourself.
Okay, that's a good
Ron.
That's a good Ron. Don't clean up after myself, that's a bad Ron.
Let Ariana slip, let other Ron slip in it.
Clean up your pubes after you fap in the bathroom. Today we're going to drink beer, like we do.
So, because this is another Halloween episode, I can't dress up as anything other than myself, so now I'm Ash.
So we were going to tell Ron we were going to dress up like nerds.
Yeah, but we didn't want him to give it away to himself by saying, I'm just going to dress like me. So we did not tell him to dress like nerds, but we decided to dress like good Ron and evil Ron.
Yes. So what are we drinking? Oh, yes.
Water?
It's your choice. Today, on the Strobing Butt Plug. Yeah. We have Sunny Little Thing by Sierra Nevada. Is that the brewing company? Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, yes.
Now I match my cohorts.
This is 5%. It's a citrus wheat ale. Okay. And then we have from Shea Brewing. Shea? Is it Shea or Shea?
Shea?
Because he said Shea the other day and it got me thinking, like, are we saying it wrong all this time?
Shea.
Did anyone even actually see what they were at the place?
I don't know.
You know, it's like, I hate this.
I know, it sucks. How do you live like this, man?
I think his facial hair moves with him and it doesn't scratch his face.
It moves a little bit better than a
That's true,
string.
But it still seems like it would be itchy.
It works better than a strap-on, Ariana.
So this is Extra Galactic Origins. It's a blueberry and raspberry Imperial Ghost, and it is 8%.
That would be good.
And then we have the Mysterious Beerus, which is in this Bud Light thing because it won't fit in the Dos Equis because it's fucking humongous.
Humongous.
It's a 40 of Bud Light.
That would be upsetting.
That's all it is.
I'd be like, damn it, you tricked us! This is bullshit. Now I have to sit here and drink this?
This tastes nice and light.
This tastes like shit.
Bud Light losers.
That craft beer guy channel I've been watching, one of the episodes they did recently, they were reviewing all of the American macro brews. And they were doing like a blind taste test on like half of these, like, tastes like wet cardboard.
Oof.
Tastes like wet cardboard. This tastes like nothing.
So should we start off with a beer?
Yeah.
Let's start off with this shitty one.
The shitty one?
Citrus wheat ale. Sunny Little Thing.
It's got a table on it.
It's called Fat Deer.
We might use Ron as a table.
Okay.
Who are you? You're Jacob. Let's see what he wants. Okay, he says. Did
I say it's our 70th?
70th? I don't think so.
It is our 70th.
You said I marked off the 69th.
I can't say it. Why can't I say it?
70th.
I speak today.
70th?
70th. Yeah, there you go.
70th. 70th. That's right.
7-0.
There we go.
70.
So, anything... Okay, you guys did something cool over the weekend.
Yeah, we did cool stuff.
Yeah.
Did you do anything cool?
I went to the haunted... Well, we didn't go to the haunted mines. The Lewisburg Haunted Caves that are actually mines. We did the mine tours. And the cool thing about that was, when I was doing this, I was kind of like... They would go so far, and then they would stop, and they would turn the little tractor off, and they would start talking about some things. They'd be like, anybody have any questions? And my question was going to be like, so, on one of these times that you stop and turn off the tractor and start giving some of your tour, have you guys ever had a tractor not turn back on and then get the whole truck stuck down here? And I wanted to say that to freak people out, but I didn't. And I should have, because on our way back through, somebody pulled their car up to the front, and then they got their car stuck in front of them, so like we technically were stuck in there. And I was gonna be like, I told you so! And then my thought goes to, though, that they were gonna like, they were blocking it on purpose so they could hop out and then like run in after us and kill us. They didn't do that. They were workers. It was a funnish night.
It is weird drinking beer through a straw.
It is.
I don't know if I like it. I'm thinking about just doing this. I look like I'm fucking Amish.
She's Romish.
Ronadiah.
Ronadiah. Romish. Why are you? Oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying to. It smells good.
That same episode, the dude was talking about like different ways to smell beers that don't have much smell, and by doing that,
I can't do the Ronadiah.
I can smell the weed actually doing that.
Oh yeah.
How do you do it?
Basically, you put your hand over it, you swirl it around, and kind of cup just a little spot here and sniff that.
I think it's pretty good.
Kind of stir it up a little. You can definitely get the weed hit out of it a lot better that way.
It smells really like flowery to me.
I know, that's what I thought.
Interesting. This is kind of hurting my ears, you know.
Stupid beards. What is it with you dumb guys and your dumb beards?
You guys have just seen for the last 2 weeks what I look like without a fucking beard at all. That's what it is.
True.
It helps hide my ugly.
Man, I am ugly as fuck like this.
Me too. I'm ugly.
Well,
I'm gonna go kill myself. I'm ugly.
Well, I think you two are hot.
Oh, I got a tag sticking out. Oh, yay. My facial hair tag.
Hey.
Yeah, Ariana's got one hanging down there too.
Oh.
Ariana.
Missy.
Yeah, it doesn't work that good.
Good lord, man. This shit. It's like, it's not okay. It's like doing some weird shit to my ears.
Oh, no.
It's just virus and threat protection. We don't care.
Yeah.
So, what did we do this weekend, Ariana?
We went to Akron, Ohio, to watch the Evil Dead musical, Evil Dead the Musical, and we also went to Arche Brewing, which was fucking awesome, which made it worth the trip because it was a long drive.
It was like 3 hours or so.
The other side of Ohio from us.
I have never actually been to Akron before.
I've been in that area. I don't know if I've actually been to Akron though.
Akron seems pretty nice for what we saw of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a nice area.
Yeah.
It's like, my brain wanted to say it's similar in feel to Dayton, but like less methy trashy.
It seemed that way.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
It's your phone, I hope.
Oh, packages shipped.
Oh.
I never heard that particular alert. It sounded like a pinball machine. I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, I don't know, some weird shit's happening over there if it's not your phone.
It was. I was like, sounded like a pinball machine, but also sounded like cans and glasses clinking. I was like, who's cheering over there?
Some of the ghosts that are really thrilled for us finally going to Arche Brewing.
That's right.
The ghost. The butthole licking ghost.
You are so lucky.
Yeah, no shit.
We know how she sleeps when she goes to bed. She fucking pants pulled down,
Pants down, ass hanging
out.
And you know, the ghost only wants to lick assholes of people that don't want it, so she's like, every time she goes to sleep,
don't lick my asshole!
I really hope no ghost licked my asshole in the night. Not tonight, oh no.
Lucky.
I ran out of toilet paper just for this.
That's not lucky. I would not like that.
It's the ghost. It doesn't care.
Well, I'm right, but okay, so it's like if you had someone that wanted to lick your ass, be like, don't wipe next time. I'd be like, ooh, fucking gross. I mean, they would be okay with it. They're the ones that told. I would not be okay with that.
It's a thing. I'm thinking.
Oh, but it is. I am not okay with that.
Either.
I'm okay with other people being okay with it in their lane, but you come over here, no, you can't be okay with that.
I'm thinking everybody handle the 2020 toilet paper shortage differently.
Those who had plenty of toilet paper and those who got turned on by shit. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Been meaning to try something new. We're stuck in the house. Don't have anything to do. Here, don't wipe. Or you can't wipe. Like, don't wash. Icky. So gross.
Wipe it backwards. Wipe back to front.
God, Ariana's like, that's great. So, on that topic,
Okay.
so I've been drinking piss tea.
You've been taking glasses and putting tea bags in it.
I've been making tea, and I have like tea bags and shit, and I have like a drawer full of it. And the other day, sometimes you have some boxes of tea that each individual little tea bag's wrapped, and then sometimes you have boxes where there's like a inside package, but then each little tea bag is just thrown in there. So, I've been making tea and shit every day and drinking it, and then I pulled the one thing of it out and I saw the bottom of it. I was like, that's weird. It's like the whole bag was stuck to it. I was like, that's really weird. I was like, it's like all stained brown. What the fuck? And then I saw a mouse turd in it. I was like, God damn it, I've been drinking piss tea. I was like, son of a bitch. It was like so gross, but I'm like, well, none of it tasted bad. It still tasted like it was supposed to. I was just like very revolting. And then I'm like looking at the other tea and I pulled that one out too. I'm like, God damn it, why? And so I threw it all away. No more piss tea for Missy.
I'm glad that you weren't like one of those people that drink your own piss.
Right.
I was like, for a minute, I'm like, oh, you didn't go that crazy, did you?
Missy, you drank piss tea. Did it piss you off?
It did piss me off a little bit. I was like, that is gross. But what is not gross is the citrus wheat ale. It's really nice.
It tastes a little orange juice like.
Yeah, it tastes a little fruity. Orange beers are good. I do not like lemon beers. I do not like a lemon beer.
It tastes like Tang.
Poontang. Oh, yeah.
So, my brain, because it's harvest time and all, the crop dust in the air.
Yeah, because I farted.
Dusting.
Not that. Not crap dusting.
Oh.
It reminds me of, the smell of the shit that's been getting harvested, like beans and wheat being harvested. That's what the smell is making me of. It's not a bad one. That's just like...
No, this smells really fruity. That shit smells not...
That's what it's reminding me of.
Very weird. I don't think it's...
It smells like allergies is what that smells like.
Right.
You want this?
Yeah. I almost did it.
Okay.
So, let's see.
So, our Evil Dead the Musical was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the theater was weird. I didn't know what we were expecting, but it was just the small little theater. I mean, it was cool and all. So, but you go upstairs and it was just a railing with bar stools around it. And that was our seating.
Oh, wow.
And it kind of sucked.
I picked the seating based off of I didn't think that Francis or Ariana would want to get covered in fake blood.
Yeah.
Because that was the only definite non-blood area, because the shtick with it is it follows the story of the Evil Dead 2 and the movie. It's just kind of all the Evil Dead movies crammed into one. In the Evil Dead movies, there's a lot of limbs being hacked and a lot of blood. And, there were several points where they were just sitting there with super soakers behind the scene, spraying the audience with stage blood. Everybody on the floor were covered in, parkas. Shut up. Have a moment, man.
I forget what they're called. Ponchos.
Yes. They're all wearing ponchos or they were wearing, white shirts that were specifically printed for that. Yeah, it's fun. Lots of singing. They had at one point a song they were called Do the Necronomicon, and at one point they're like, it's like the Time Warp, but cooler.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And when I walked in with my little Ash outfit on and my chainsaw, they were looking at my chainsaw. I'm like, what? Well, they're just looking at me like I was weird for coming in dressed in costume. I'm like, what?
Were you the only one dressed in... I was going to say drag.
Yeah, I saw another guy. I saw people, not necessarily with the chainsaw, but I saw them dressed in the blue shirt and stuff.
Okay. And, oh my god, the fucking choreographer, this chick, she was, Death by Snoo Snoo, I Was in Love.
Was that the tall chick in the green dress?
Yes. I saw her while I was waiting in the bar line. And she was standing behind me. I looked around and I was like, whoa, she's fucking tall. She said, I talked to her, I'm like, wow, how high are those heels? She said they were either 6 or 9 inch heels.
Yeah, they're
And she was already, she said she was 6'2".
Oh, wow.
She was like a fucking like Amazonian giant. It was just like, wow, I'm in love. I love you.
She had like green dress and green hair.
She looked like she was like half a step away from cosplaying Poison Ivy from Batman. She was fucking beautiful and amazing. And set up for the front row the whole time getting sprayed with fake blood in the outfit.
That's funny.
They, for the purposes of the movie and the nerds that might care, they followed like 1 and 2 movies that kind of mashed them together. And then at the very tail end, spoiler alert, they ended it like they did in Evil Dead 2, with everybody being sucked into the little time vortex sometime later, and then they ended it with the ending of Army of Darkness.
That's funny.
If you know any of those damn movies.
I've never seen a single one.
So Evil Dead, like the very first one, they were playing it as like this super serious, hardcore horror movie. Rah, we're badasses. The second Evil Dead was pretty much a remake of the first one, but like they had a budget.
That's funny. And
about 3/4 of the way through, half the way through the second one, they realized this is stupid as shit. And they switched it from being all serious to being a comedy.
That's funny.
It's about the point when Ash went insane and started laughing with the furniture.
Good times. So, what do we rate this beer?
Yeah, I'd give it a 3 myself.
I think it's probably 3 also.
I was thinking I would give it a 3 as well. I forgot to do that. Stop!
Don't break it. It's a cool toy.
Did you just fart on Ron?
What?
I thought you farted on Ron.
Are you dead yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. 3s all around.
I didn't buy this specifically off Amazon because you can't find toy chainsaws.
That's pretty cool.
Lame, but cool.
And like, the Spirit Halloween didn't have any either.
That's stupid.
You would think.
Did Foy's have one?
No.
Ron and I went to Foy's this weekend.
Right.
And
we went
but
to
we
Foy's?
went separately.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I didn't find out about it until the next day, and I was like, we were there at the same time and everything.
That's funny.
My daughter was off work Friday, and it is tradition for us since she's been like 1, so since she existed, we always go to Foy's at some point downtown during the season. For those that don't know, Fairborn, Ohio, downtown has a year-round like 5 and dime costume shop called Foy's. There's like 4 or 5 shops. Foy's is the fucking shit.
I always liked going there when they had the monkey.
Yeah. The monkey. Evilbee's a dick.
Duh. Well, you're supposed to be a dick.
But at any rate, yeah, Foy's was good. The kid and I went over across the street. So one side of the street they have their 5 and dime. The other side they have what they call like their prop shop, their glow shop, shit like that. So downstairs, one side of it they have like you can buy plastic skeletons, different little Halloween props. In the back of it they have this dude, like animatronic dude, set up in an electric chair, and for $5 they'll throw the switch and you'll see this dude sitting there with strobe lights getting electrocuted like over and over. They've got just a bunch of crap crammed in that corner. Upstairs, because it is Halloween season, the entire upstairs of this little thing, which would have been like an apartment, is a little like cheapy, like $5 haunted house that starts out of their glow shop. Always loved doing that thing. It was one of the first haunted houses I ever took Sarah to. She was terrified then, and she didn't really want to go in this time, but we still went through. It was fun.
I feel like I've
scared of haunted houses.
A little bit.
Really?
Been in that one a long time ago, but then I always forget that they have it until you say something about it, and then I forget about it immediately after.
The coolest thing that I saw there was a sign that said, you know, like those open and close signs, like the orange and black signs that say open and close, or like garage sale or whatever. it said, "Sorry, we're dead." And
That's
I really
great.
want that for my front door.
Oh, yeah. That'd be amazing.
But they didn't have them, like, I couldn't find any that were actually for sale. They were, like, attached to skeletons or something.
I feel like if you had one of those, someday it would probably be true.
True.
Sorry, we're dead.
That's
Yeah.
probably true.
Because at some point you might die in your house.
I hope so.
I was thinking that about myself, like, the other day. I don't know why. I was like, I could die in my house. Like, I don't want to die anywhere else.
If you die at your house, you get haunting rights according to Beetlejuice the musical.
I feel like, yeah, you should.
So my daughter, part of our trek out that night was to find her Halloween costume, and she's decided that she wants to be Beetlejuice this year.
Fun times.
Because, much like Evil Dead the musical, they made a Beetlejuice the musical.
I listened to some of that once.
I'd like to go to that.
We listened to that the way back and the way there, and I could be down with watching that. That would be fun.
I think it'd be alright.
But when we were at Spirit Halloween, because that's where we wound up finding her Beetlejuice outfit. They've got now Beetlejuice, like the standard one. They have Slutty Beetlejuice. They also have, and I've not seen it until this year, Lydia, the girl from like the movie,
There you go.
in a sort of wedding dress, sort of kind of thing that looked like the character wore in the cartoon. And then Beetlejuice in a tuxedo from like the scene where they're supposed to be getting married. I'm like, man, that is a great couple's costume. Look at me, I'm a domineering dude, and you're now being forced to marry me, you underage child.
That's funny. That's really funny.
And that kind of put me on like the mindset of like the Joker Harley Quinn outfits where it's like, we're a couple just like Joker and Harley Quinn. You're subservient and I treat you like shit. And I'm like, man, no wonder
Super toxic couple.
It's like, man, there's like so many toxic couple costumes out there.
That's great.
Kind of sounds like it. Kind of sounds like real life.
Right.
Yeah, well, you gotta learn from somewhere, right?
Who's ready for our next beer?
I'm thirsty.
I was going to say, me too.
Good Ron and Evil Ron and Nerd Ron.
That's right.
What?
Good.
Nerd
What?
Nerd Ron.
Nerd.
Nerd Ron.
I am moron.
That sounds like a
Moron.
Transformer name.
I am moron.
I like
Nerd
it.
Ron.
More Ron than any of you
Good
Rons.
Ron, Evil Ron, and Moron.
I am more Ron than any of you Rons.
So this is the Extra Galactic Origins Blueberry and Raspberry Imperial Ghost, and it's 8% from Arche Brewing.
So, man, those guys were cool. Glad we finally got up there. One of the things that I had to try when I saw it on the specials board, they had Twitchy Bitch Chili.
Twitchy Bitch Chili. That sounds funny.
It was made with their Twitchy Bitch beer. I think we've had that on the podcast before.
I don't know.
But
We've had Twitchy. I don't know if it's the same thing.
okay. So it's it's like a chocolate habanero something or other.
Oh, yes. Yes, we did. Chocolate habanero coffee.
Yes.
I was the one that brought that in.
Because I remember seeing the thing, but man, the chocolate habanero coffee with the chocolate habanero beer, that got a little spicy a little fast.
I think I did it as the Mysterious Beerius one day.
While I was there, I went through their case and bought one of everything except for the stuff that sounded like regular beers. Ooh, definitely got that raspberry this way.
Yeah, it smells sour.
I was going to say, it's kind of sourish. It's what you would expect for a ghost. I mean, stupid beard. It's coming off for a while.
You get a shave?
Yes. Ugh.
There you go, there's
Great.
that. There, flip it over.
What?
Now you get the monobrow that way.
Yeah, I forget what I called it the other day when I did this, but it was funnier because it worked.
I like it.
That's right. Less scratchy and painful, definitely.
I'm just glad that I've got a week of like actual face clothes back and I'm done doing drag for a while.
I'm done doing drag for a while.
I gotta at least try to get something that resembles Santa Claus by Christmas.
Oh yeah, there you go. You can just wear fake beards. Oof, there we go.
Ooh.
So, after our Okay, not necessarily like right after, but like last week I was cleaning the house and I was cleaning the bathroom. And I already told Ron this story.
Yeah.
But like I was cleaning the bathroom and I kept finding all these fucking black pubes. I'm like, God damn it, Ron! Like you're just fucking shedding all over my bathroom or what? And then I remembered we did the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I was wearing a curly
And
black
he was
wig.
wearing that curly black wig.
That's
so
great.
I'm pretty
I would have
sure.
thought it was from him too. I'd
Right?
been like, what the fuck did you do? Is this from pulling your pants off? And
Right.
I'd have been like, damn it, now I got pubes all over my house.
Like, I'm pretty sure, it was probably from the wig, but I was like, it was still kind of gross. And I told Frances the story too, and she thought it was funny.
Yeah. It was definitely my pubes. I was just in there like...
He's like in there just scratching.
Yeah, see, she thought it was funny because she's like, how do you think I feel having sex with him? She's like, good, somebody else had to suffer his wrath for once. That's why she was laughing.
Scratching, girl.
It's like, I've had rug burn for like the last 2 years.
Scratching, girl. I took your good scissors. I don't know where you keep your good scissors. But I took your good scissors. I went snip, snip, snip. I'm like, this seems like a good time for a trim. And I was just like throwing them all over your bathroom. Like, here you go, here you go.
Dude, that would be... You could take and shave Ron year round, and then take that bag of hair you'd get to the Bradford Pumpkin Show, where they're throwing the confetti everywhere. They sell bags of confetti. You could just throw bags of Ron pubes. Because people will walk by and wait until you have your mouth open and throw confetti in your mouth. You could just totally throw Ron's pubes in somebody's mouth.
Hairball.
Oh, yeah.
You nasty.
That's great stuff.
I thought you were supposed to be good, Ron. Good Ron always says nice things about Ron.
But that's nasty to throw your pubes in somebody's mouth.
Yeah, don't throw your pubes in somebody's mouth.
I'm the one that's thinking of the mean, evil stuff, like, yeah, throw your pubes in somebody's mouth. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a bad idea.
It's really gross. Don't do that.
And I'm just moron, so I'm dumb.
Oh, God.
So, on the topic of this beer, it's good. I'm thinking it's like, it feels almost winey in flavor.
I was getting like a vinegary taste almost, and I'm like, I was kind of thinking that as well with it, like the wine thing, like a...
It's almost like a winey flavor. It's not bad. Definitely good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not my favorite Arche beer, but...
I think it's not bad, but I also would never want to drink it ever again.
Yeah, I would be good with not drinking it. So
this is like a flight at the brewery kind of a beer.
Right.
that kind of reminded me, I was going to...
I used to love sours, and I don't... Ghosts are kind of sours, and... I got stuck on a certain kind, and it's not sours.
So...
I got a picture of the menu. Oh, you did too?
I did too. So the beers that we drank while we were there, I drank, let's see, 3, 7, 12, which this was a guest tap, I think. Bell Tower Brewing Marvin's Marzen, and that was very good, actually. It's like an Oktoberfest. Let's see, it has light toast biscuit and a touch of caramel.
Ooh, that would be good.
And the other, let's see, Down the Pike Pills, which was a collaboration, it says. Bitter, hop forward, pale lager. Healthy dose of classic modern German hops. Let's see, and a touch of spice. And that was, I think, like all the beers I drank, I liked. What was the other one?
Those look like huge cups of beer.
They were like 6-ounce pours.
And there were five of her flight.
Right.
And it was like $12 or something.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Right?
that's a damn good price.
Oh, it was a hell of a deal.
You buy one of those for like $9.
Sour Rumpkin, which is Barbados rum barrel aged pumpkin ale.
That was some good shit. I had one of those too.
That was very good.
That was what, 12?
Let's see, 14 and 15. Carbon Black, which is a nod to the rubber polymer capital of the world. Carbon Black is a black powder that gives tires their color, but more importantly, greatly enhanced mechanical properties. Though we don't use Carbon Black in this brew, we hope it gives you strength. I don't know, it was just a dark beer.
It was a good stout.
It was very good. And then Twitchy Bitch is, I think we both had that, which was pumpkin spice coffee beans with habanero. And I think that was my favorite one, but I was like saved it for last, and it was like really fucking hot, and so I was like sitting there like burning up.
I wonder why it's really like, because I was gonna say it wasn't that hot when we drank it here. Like,
for me, it was hot.
Did they call it Twitchy Bitch though?
Yes.
That might be why. Maybe it was more because I'm pretty sure when I bought the can of it, it was Twitchy Witch.
So they had 2 locations. Did not realize that. And I think the one we went to was their second location, hence all the guest taps they had.
Okay, that's...
The main location was another half hour up the road, and, well, this one was like, 3 blocks, 4 blocks from where the Evil Dead was, so it made more sense.
Right.
So far as what I had the number 1, which, if I can hit the right button on my phone, let's see. What was the number 1?
Fest beer.
Had Fest beer. That was pretty decent. Good, Oktoberfest kind of a beer. Had the number 3, which I think that was like Frostweisen or something.
That was the Marvin's Marzen.
Okay, Marvin's Marzen. Number 11. That one I really liked. That was Alien Hearts Dogs.
Yeah, I don't know. What was that? Like, it doesn't really explain on the menu what it is.
It's kind of like an IPA. We'll find out next week. Spoiler alert. That was an excellent one. I liked it enough that I bought one and took home. Had the 12. Which one was 12?
The sour.
The sour, and then I had the Twitchy Bitch. That was my last one.
That's funny.
All extremely good. Glad we finally made it to Arche. When we were leaving, they were setting up for down like on we'll call it the brew floor, because where you sat was raised, and then everything else was down because it was like an old factory. And I think we walked in. Didn't you see something about thinking we were going to get human trafficked?
Yeah, because you walk in, it looks like this weird like factory, and they're going to shut the fucking doors on you or something.
But they were setting up for like a wrestling thing. And as we were walking out, there was a person, a dude dressed in drag walking in. I was like, oh shit, he was the zombie drag queen of England going to wrestle.
That's awesome.
I didn't see him.
Yeah. It was like a dude, he was like, hello, hello. I was like, oh shit.
You made a comment about doing that. You were going to dress as a zombie drag queen of England at one point.
I was going to. I had my queen outfit a few weeks ago. And it became entirely too much work pre-podcast with the time I had to throw on zombie makeup.
Right. So you just did the queen instead.
Yeah, and it was just like, oh shit, somebody else did that. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's really funny. With that, it's really funny that he was going to wrestle as that. That would be funny to see.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, like the reason, I don't know, like if you're from Dayton area and you've ever been to the Dollar Book Swap and walked in there, that's the same vibe that Arche has when you walk in.
I've been in there.
Yeah.
It does feel weird. Like,
it's weird,
like you're
right?
going into a warehouse to get shut in. And
yeah.
What I also thought was funny, we did not have time to go there. There's a whole ass other brewery out front in the same building as Arche.
That is funny.
I don't remember the name. Do you remember the name?
I don't remember the name either.
But there was another brewery. It was like right there on the street. There was another business, and then that, because it was like an old factory complex. Put you in the mindset of Cartridge.
Okay.
Put you in that kind of a mindset, but instead of like out in the boonies, it's, in the middle of town.
All right. Brewery has its own brewery. That's great. Someone stole all your fucking money.
Amazon,
you bitch.
Amazon stole all my money. Because
Looks like they only stole $18.75.
They did. They had to, last night I purchased transparent eyebrow and lip piercings.
Okay.
Because my daughter is now in food service, and they keep making her put Band-Aids over her eyebrow piercing and other piercings.
That's really dumb.
Because of some health inspector thing. And she said apparently she's allowed to wear clear ones because the health inspector probably won't see him just walking by watching her doing that.
I think it's like saying it's health inspector, because I feel like, how many waitresses have you ever had that had facial piercings? Or, if you can't do facial piercings, you can't do ear piercings. How many times have you ever had waitresses that have had like ear piercings and shit?
No, she's also in she's in the back doing dishes, but it is also like a nicer like Italian type place. So
I feel like that would be why. It's just their code, because if it's like, you let her do it, then the waitresses or the people actually out doing customer
public
service.
facing shit. Yeah.
I feel like that's how that would be.
Did you figure it out?
No.
Looking it up.
I'm trying.
Here, I'll look it up, and you finish your beer so we can get to that big boy.
I'm getting there.
I feel like this will be about a 2.5 for me, because it's like, I'm not into anything that's any remotely sour these days. And I used to love the sours. I used to buy nothing but the sours.
Is it a time of year thing for you?
Well, what the fuck?
Sometimes it does seem like, certain beers are better at certain times of year, but it's not. Like,
It was the Canal Street location we went to, by the
I
way.
really can't do.
I see it. I just can't. It's not letting me fucking touch it. Missing Falls Brewery, possibly.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yep, Missing Falls Brewery. I just zoomed
Missing
in.
balls.
Missing Falls, not balls.
Missing balls brewery.
I mean, if you're missing your balls, I'm sorry.
Isn't is Thirsty Dog Brewing Company one that I think we've had
I
something.
think we've had something from them.
Apparently in the same
We
area.
passed, when we were on the way up, you were out and Francis wasn't paying attention. We passed Twin Hearted Brewing also.
Let's see. Thirsty Dog Brewing Company. We had Barktoberfest. What was the other one you said? I don't think we've had any by them.
It was Twin Hearted. I know I've had their stuff before.
I don't think we've had any on here.
I don't know. There's like 2 breweries right off the main drag going up towards Cleveland that you can see. So,
Ooh, yeah.
I'm stealing my brain power from my brains.
No, you're not.
No. No.
Type faster, bitches. More IT. Work harder. Think brainier.
Big brain.
Babysit harder.
Okay, stop.
Oh. It's like, why did I get hit in the head? Because it was your elbow, and I was doing this thing.
So, what the fuck else is going on this week, guys? This guy's week?
No, this guy's week.
Yes.
This is guys' week. It is guys' week.
Yeah, man. Hanging with the cool guys.
I don't know. Nothing else really cool happened.
That was basically like my whole fun times.
Other than Logan saying that the beard wasn't gray enough, so then that's why I had to put gray all over it. I kind of laughed. I was like, that's funny. My kid was knocking on you without really trying to. He was old shaming you.
It happens. So this weekend is actual trick-or-treat finally. And thus far the weather looks like for the first time in 2 fucking years, it might actually be fit for proper trick-or-treat.
I don't think my kids will go trick-or-treat at all. I think the last time Jake went, he wore a Deadpool mask, like a big Deadpool head that he, like those plush heads you can get at Walmart for like $20. And I don't think the last time Logan went, he went as the plague doctor. And I think he did that the year before COVID, which was really interesting because that was a big costume that year. It was like a thing, and then everybody was like, oh, plague doctor, after the fact.
Harbinger of the plague.
And I dressed as I wore a pinstripe suit and hat and had the unicorn head and had a
remember seeing the
furry tail. That was fun. That was really fun to do.
It wasn't a whale furry, but it was.
Yeah, I tried. But it was cool because it was a unicorn furry.
I'm not right myself. I'm Ron today. What kind of furry does Ron like?
Teenage Mutant Transformer. Oh.
Excuse me, my first Sony is Wiggles the Fox.
Wiggles the Fox?
I don't know. Some fucking running joke with the kid.
That's funny. So she wants to be Wiggles the Fox, or she says you're Wiggles the Fox?
Some bullshit she heard somewhere, and now it's, excuse me, my first Sony is Wiggles the Fox, and I'm a rainbow unicorn fox.
That's great.
Don't understand. Just don't, okay? Don't even try to understand. You're old and bald and fat.
Ew.
That sounds like something your daughter would say. Did she say it to you? Did she hurt you?
All the fucking time.
Oh.
Wait, on the doll, where she hurt you?
That's right. He's like, right here. I know it's supposed to hurt right here, but I have a fragile belly, so it hurts here too.
Right in the, you're going to piss me off and get grounded, kid. That's actually been a good chunk of this week so far, and it's only Monday.
Wow, wowzers.
But that's besides the point. I'm feeling thirsty again.
Yeah.
Are you like that apprehensive about it because you think it's going to be that bad?
I don't know if it's going to be bad.
Jesus, it's probably going to be gross. We have this huge fucking beer. It might not be good at all.
Oh, okay. I don't think this is a twist off, and I forgot to grab. Yeah, it's not a twist off.
And she fucked up her shirt. No, not really.
I'm not really concerned. I knew it was going to be a one-time use only.
I am very impressed that you painted shirts, by the way.
Yeah, I'm really impressed too.
I feel like you should try to sell them on like Etsy or some shit with the way you painted them. Probably make a few bucks with some nerds.
It smells like beer.
Dude, you could like definitely make a few bucks with some nerds. I could have like cosplay, OnlyFans, and just be like, that looks different.
That looks like a lager.
Dark.
Looks like a lager.
I'm not smelling it yet.
She's gonna be like super generous with this. What is that seriously size-wise? Like a 16?
I don't even
It's
know.
not a 16 ounce. I don't.
No,
It's gonna
I'm
be
not
at
even sure.
least a.
Shit, man, this is like going to be a full cup.
Yeah. Definitely gonna be at least like a. I don't know what it would be. Is this foreign, so is it done in metric? So it's gonna be like a liter or something like a Foster's.
Liter of cola.
Right.
I don't know.
The Foster's.
Australia. I'm not done yet. There's more in here.
It's got a scent to it.
I was just waiting for your head.
It's caramely or something. Syrupy.
Multi. I don't know.
Do.
Are you trying to like smell the label to figure out what it says?
Yes.
I guess I shorted her on a little.
Oh well.
Sorry, Ronald.
It's okay. You know why?
Moron.
Do you know why? You know why, good Ron? Because there's 3 in this
sediment
episode.
it. Look at the sediment in it.
Ooh, no sediment.
There's
yeah,
3
there
of these.
is.
A lot of it.
That is so weird. It's like there's poop glitter, fecal matter.
How's it smell?
Do the moron thing. This kind of smells like gravy. Beef. Is it beef?
Yeah.
Is this a beef flavored?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of beefy, smelly.
I mean, it's not bad. It's weird.
It's not bad. It's not, I wasn't sure what to expect, but
It's got a really weird.
I can tell what it is since I know what it is. Like I can.
Beef jerky?
No.
Barbecue?
No.
It's not a cinnamon, is it?
No.
Clove.
Cumin?
Cumin.
No.
Is it taco flavored?
I've
Did
never
you buy a
seen,
taco beer?
I've never seen a beer that's flavored before until, yeah.
It's definitely got it's a very savory flavor.
Teriyaki?
You're getting closer.
Really? Soy?
No.
Oh.
But you're getting like closer in the food genre.
So Asian?
Yeah, think Asian. Think like sushi.
Is this like a,
It's got
Sake?
fish in it. You're
Sake?
gonna die.
No.
not sake?
Anybody?
It's not crab rangoon flavored.
No.
Got some definitely fishy since you're saying
What?
that. What is it? I give.
Missy's still thinking.
Oh,
She's like-
what's that thicker brown sauce that they sometimes serve? There's like a something. I had the smell of it. It smelled really fucking Asian. I don't know what it is, but I know what it is. I don't know
And
the
now
name
for the
of it
racist
is.
part of the show. I do not know what the answer is. I don't know.
No,
You guys ready?
yeah.
Hey!
It is wasabi.
Wasabi.
So it's Rosabi, an imperial pale ale brewed with wasabi. 8%.
Interesting. That's one that you would buy. You'd be like, nah, fuck it. It might be gross.
Right, that's, yeah.
I don't taste the wasabi. I thought it was like something else.
It's kind of like a mustardy. Yeah, I could taste the wasabi.
I could taste it just because I knew what it was.
It smells like wasabi, but it doesn't taste like it to me.
It does to me. I got a hit of it. I'm not a fan of wasabi, so...
I was expecting it to be, like, hot, like, spicy, though.
Right. Burn your nose holes.
Yeah,
like horseradish,
your
maybe?
fucking sinuses out.
Like a horseradish kind of a thing?
Because I feel like... So, wasabi is a root like ginseng, so it takes forever for it to grow. And then it's expensive. So the amount of wasabi that they output and use with sushi is mostly horseradish. Is what I've heard.
Yeah, horseradish colored green or something.
I love horseradish.
That's right. Right. And maybe that's why. Maybe I'm like, this doesn't taste like wasabi because I've never had real wasabi. Like,
maybe.
Man, you just gave me a flashback to an episode of South Park I watched this week. One of the kids committed suicide in the school because like they crapped their pants, and Cartman was like their WikiLeaks episode, and Cartman was like the only way to stop this story because of getting bigger is to get every kid in the school to crap their pants. So they had a free pizza day, and they covered the pizza in X-Lax and Arby's horsey sauce.
Oh God!
To get everybody to shit themselves.
That Arby's horsey sauce shit reminds me of when we go to Arby's and cause a lot of trouble. Because Eric worked at Arby's and he was like, man, this orange soda tastes like shit. And then he like was writing it on the table with the fucking barbecue sauce. He's like, this soda, and he's like a worker came, so he covered it with a tray, and he's like, man, this is kind of fun. He's like, then people would do this, they'd stuff fries in these bottles, and then they'd squirt a bunch of horsey sauce on top of the Arby's sauce and do it like this, so somebody... And as he was describing every shitty thing that people would do at Arby's, he was doing it too, and then that just unleashed the beast. We all were like fucking terrorizing and vandalizing every place we fucking went after that.
So this is 1 pint and 9.4 ounces.
There you go. That's 1 pint and 9.4
Where's-
ounces.
So it's just
that
over
out?
like 1.5 pints.
Where's
So
that
it's a 25
Louisiana.
ounce. It's a...
And where did you buy that?
I got this at the grocery store.
So I feel like it's real. I don't know why they do that. It's 25 ounces, and that's like a common size for.
Dogfish Head Craft Brewery, which I believe we've had something by them before.
I feel like the bottle shop is selling things that size, but I feel like they also have wine in there, and I'm not sure. But I feel.
Oh, did we rate the Arche?
No.
No.
It says Milton is DE Delaware.
Yeah.
Yeah. Milton, Delaware.
The Arche, to me, probably like a 2.5. I was not too much of a fan of it.
I'll give it a 3.
Same. It's not one I could drink all the time by itself. Definitely not something I could drink with a meal.
You could not drink it with a meal? I would drink it with like a berry cobbler or something.
A dessert type thing.
With some,
yeah.
With a put some ice cream with it, or maybe try and make a float out of it, or a slushy. It could be a pretty good slushy.
So this wasabi beer, I could see drinking it with something fishy, obviously because it's the sushi, but
dip my sushi in it.
Something like with a lot of protein in it, just steak or something like that. Steak, sushi kind of a deal, but definitely not like a pork or a chicken.
Yeah. So what do you guys rate this one?
Take another sip.
I think this one's also a 3 for me.
Yeah, I hate to say that, but same's.
I would give this one probably about a 2.5 as well.
I don't know why, but I'm picking up like a hit of fishy flavor to it.
Yeah, I kind of get that too.
Yeah.
I don't think it says there's anything like that in it.
No seaweed or anything like that.
I don't even know if it really says.
We're gonna kill Ron.
Let's see. The vivid rose hue of wasabi comes from a combination of Munich and caramel malts and a touch of red rice from Louisiana, birthplace of musician, collaborator Juliana Barwick, citrusy Simcoe, and Centennial feed Juliana's love of hops. And the star of the show is her go-to ingredient, wasabi. What's hoppy? Wasabi. The Japanese root adds bittering and herbal notes similar to hops, with its subtle heat creeping in after the kick of carbonation. It's expansive from start to finish, so go ahead and sip, toss your head back, and howl at the red wasabi moon. Just,
I wonder how much wasabi, how big a batch they did, and how much wasabi they threw in that batch.
Right. Because, well, see, this is reminding me of, a lot of people like Sam Adams, and I fucking hate Sam Adams. It's like their normal Sam Adams beer, okay, good. The majority of their fucking holiday shit or their sampler packs fucking suck ass. I had this winter sampler pack one time some years ago, and they had this it was like a light winter ale, and that was really good. And there was a dark ale in it, and it tasted like burnt soy sauce. It was fucking god-awful. I wasn't really, I guess I didn't really know about craft beer then. And, at the times I'd try those, like, the Fat Tire and all the shit that was IPA that I really didn't know. Really had no clue it was craft beer. I just knew it was different beer with cool labels. And so I tried this beer, and it was so fucking nasty. I don't even think I would like it now, even though I've expanded my taste of it. It was so fucking horrible. And I tried to mix it with, like, the lighter beer. I was like, super nasty dark beer with a light beer. Tasted just like the fucking nasty dark beer. There was nothing to make it good. It was fucking hideous.
I know what this would go perfect with this. Speakeasy.
Yeah.
That'd be alright, yeah.
Or the ramen we had when we were in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
You get just a little bit, the seaweed taste on the side there.
It would go good with an Asian bowl of ramen. That'd be alright with
As
it.
opposed to a non-Asian bowl of ramen?
Well, if you're, like, making some ramen noodles at home, like making a fucking, I don't know, beef flavor, and that's it, you'd be like, I'm having Asian. That's not Asian. That's some bullshit. That's not Asian. That's not even, like, you gotta have, like, the gourmet ramen, not just the fucking noodle bullshit that takes 2 minutes in a microwave or on the stove.
That's not Asian. That's some bullshit.
Right, that's right. It's not Asian. It is some bullshit.
So, like, the reason that, like, Japan got all popular with ramen noodles and shit is because we nuked them. Swear to God. I saw a thing on that, and if this is wrong, internet people correct me. But, like, after World War II, when we just decimated them, there was a lot of starvation and shit. And they were looking for something dirt fucking cheap to feed the people. Ramen noodles are basically just like flour, water, and a little bit of egg.
Well, at least they weren't eating dirt.
And, like, that is where it came from. And over the years, it's eating basic thing to survive, and then add a little bit more.
Let's throw some seaweed in there.
Add a little bit more to make it less boring. Add a little bit more. Now you have a soft-boiled egg. You've got pork. You've got seaweed. You've got little scallions. And those little weird Naruto fish cake-looking bitches are.
Naruto fish cake bitches.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
They got like
know
little curly cute things
in them.
Yeah.
Those are really weird things. I feel it's really weird that you would, I don't know, pulverize fish into like a fucking syrup paste and then make it into a flower shape. Like, what are they doing?
It's Japan. Let them do their thing.
Well, they can.
They have delicious food, so.
Yeah, they do. I don't know. Sometimes in my head I'm like, it's probably safer for human consumption versus majority of the shit here that's illegal in other countries. But, like, for, I don't know.
The only thing I'll say about Japanese...
It's like my thought on the $1 box of nuggets from Burger King. It's like, you're not buying anything that resembles quality at this point.
Yeah, well, like, with regards to Japanese and food, they all seem to have extremely longer lifespans than any of the rest, certainly any of the average Americans. And it's got to be a part of the diet. I know there's a lot of lifestyle differences.
Do they have longer lifespans?
On average, yeah.
I know they're not as fat as us.
Well, that would be back to the diet,
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. I thoroughly believe it's our I'm knocking big pharma. Fuck big pharma. It's not healthcare. It's sick care. They're trying to keep people sick. Other countries don't do that. They have free healthcare. It's not a money-making thing in other countries as it is here. That's gonna be my rant. Doing the rant. I'm siding and believing with the conspiracy theorists on that one.
All right, so a quick Google search says the average life expectancy in 2019 for a Japanese person is 84.36 years versus 78.79 years in America.
There you go.
And China apparently is 76.91 years. So
what do they do, China?
We only slightly hedge out China. So, yeah. I feel like a lot of that's got to be diet and lifestyle. They do a lot of things that are like a lot more clean over there. I was reading some stuff on that. Like pretty generally, Japanese dudes, for example, they sit down to go pee. They don't stand up to pee because it's cleaner.
That makes sense. I really just watched a TikTok on that. It wasn't about Japan, but it was like a guy was like talking about, making fun of dude. You're not a man if you sit down to pee. Like, no, I don't get piss all over my pants if I sit down to pee. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
But it was talked about like that, and there's just a lot of different things they do that are, for the sake of cleanliness and shit. So, yeah. Someday I'll go to Japan.
I feel like some of that would make sense though, because they have a very high population. It's like, could you imagine
high population for a small area?
5 times the amount of people taking a piss in the toilet without it getting clean versus like, let's just sit down instead of just pissing all over the place. Because of the way I've gone into some gas stations where the female's bathroom was being occupied, so I just fuck, I'm in a hurry. I'm gonna go to the men's restroom, and then there's just a fucking massive puddle of piss all around the toilet. I'm like, yeah, I can't go in there. It's like, I'm just gonna have to wait because men are fucking gross. American men are disgusting.
Other just as gross.
Huh?
Women are just as gross.
Some of them are. They are fucking nasty sometimes, bitches.
I'll just state in instances like that where you talk about there's just a puddle of piss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a case of, well, I thought I needed to shit. I'm just going to go piss on this and hold this a little longer. Not piss in it, just piss on it, because sometimes you're scared to put your foot on the freaking lid to lift it up to try to do better.
Why even lift it up? You just stand around it. Stand and piss in the toilet, not on the floor in front of it.
Well, there's what do you call it? Back spray and shit. But yeah.
So fucking hideous.
I'm telling you, man.
You guys are gross.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
They are, but then some women are gross too. When I used to clean Sinclair.
Did you go finger painting with the once a month?
No. The thing of it was, if I would go in there and clean while the girls are in there, it'd be 5 girls using the restroom. One of them would come out washing their hands. And then if I had to clean the men's restroom, I would stand and wait, and I'd hear this guy wash his hands and he'd walk out, and this guy wash his hands and he'd walk out. And it, the ratio was totally opposite. It'd be 5 guys walking out, 4 of them actually wash their hands.
You know what I've noticed?
What's that?
When I've been in the women's bathroom, it's always the most well-dressed, hot woman that doesn't wash her hands.
Yes. And it's because
she's hot and pretty and doesn't need to, right?
I would go into the bathroom.
That's how this TV is spread.
So
because the hot pretty ones definitely can't have herpes, right?
I would go into the bathrooms, and if you could get a hot, well-dressed, pretty woman walking out of the stall, and you walk in there after her, and you have to clean it, it always fucking smell god-awful. I'll be like, bitch, you don't wash your fucking vag, you little whore. And then
doesn't wash her hands.
Right. And then you would go in after this, sometimes, you, especially,
she's probably the one selling her underwear online.
God. That's why she stinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then you have I would the bigger girls, you would just hear someone in the bathroom, you'd hear a spray, and be like, all right, cool, go in the bathroom, whatever. And they're not shitting, and then they come out and they're big, they're overweight, and it's you walk in there and it doesn't stink because I feel like a little isn't going to cover that whole area. You have a nasty vagina, you're gonna be able to smell that over that fucking spray, and it's you wash. Good for you. You don't need to spray. You should offer your spray to that fucking bitch who just walked out before you. Cause
you think it's like a self-conscious thing where, because they're bigger, they're like, I'm going to stink, I don't want to stink. Oh God, oh God, oh God, versus the skinny hot chick. I'm hot. It don't matter if I stink. They don't think I'm hot.
Right, exactly.
I'm here to look at, not to be smelled.
Well, like the hot girls they're obviously more absorbed with the looks versus like the girls are like, oh no, hygiene, blah, blah, blah. I might stink. I'm a big girl. No.
Or is this a case like the Axe guys? The stinky ass
dudes.
No,
it wasn't.
The stinky ass dudes that think spraying yourselves up and down with Axe is the equivalent of a shower. As I remember back when I worked retail, the number of dudes that would be like, clearly they hadn't showered in a day or two and they're like just covered from head to toe in Axe, and you could walk up to them, get beat over the face with a hit of Axe, and then that subtle, not so subtle undertone of shit.
That's also a really big thing with younger kids. So if I'm picking up Uber passengers and like they're not like kids or younger, I call them kids because they're like 20s, like super young.
That's kid.
Right. I pick them up and I drop them off at like, I don't know, the Texas Roadhouse. And it's like 10 a.m. they're getting dropped off there and it's like, okay, they're not open yet. So it's like they're opening up. And I can tell if they've worked the night before because their hair is sloppy, greasy, their fucking clothes, they smell, they reek like grease, like they worked the night before. And then it's like coated over with a fucking body spray. I'm like, God damn, they stink. And I can come with the conversation, hey, how's it going? You look really tired. Oh, did you work tonight? Did you close last night? Yeah, I fucking knew that.
Man, one of my first jobs was working at Burger King way back in the day. Well, first jobs out of high school. And, I fucking hated that job because you would just smell that crap all the damn time. I remember, swapping out shoes. It felt like every 3 months because they just get to stinking. I was talking to somebody about that today. One of the jobs that I hated they had me do there was clean out the grease trap. And it just smelled like baby shit. And it stuck to you.
Yummy.
Oh my God, dude.
I feel like
I'm still traumatized by that shit. And I was like, so how am I supposed to clean this out? And they would hand me a large size cup and a 5-gallon bucket. And I'm like, yeah, and then go take that 5-gallon bucket and go pour it in the dumpster and then come back.
I feel like you've had more jobs than anybody I've ever known. I can understand though, you would just go out and get a job and you'd be like, okay, I'm going to apply all these places and you'd get a job. And it's like, certain things, it's not like it's below me, but I'd be like, I'd never do that. Or I just find a job that I actually really liked, it was convenient. And so because when I cleaned LJ's, when I worked there, there wasn't a big grease trap that I had to clean, It was every once in a while you'd have to clean out the fucking fry bin. It was a small ass fry bin. And so shit, it wasn't nearly as bad. Every job I had wasn't that bad.
The 2 worst jobs I ever worked in my life was that and my very first job ever, I did that for 3 months and quit that shit, was pilot the truck stop.
I remember you working there. No, I don't remember you working at Pilot.
That was before I knew you.
You were working at the other, that one on 40. Is the one I remember you working at.
Pilot was the worst, was the first job I had. And that is when I decided my lack of love for humanity was originally cemented in me because I cleaned showers, I cleaned the bathrooms, and I picked up trash out of the lot.
Did truckers shit in the shower?
All the goddamn time.
Ew.
That's fucking... I feel like I would just know that, but I think maybe you told me that.
Trucker pubes, waffle stomping, shit down the drain.
Gross, man.
Picking up the trash behind the trucks because there was a trash can every 50 feet or something behind the lot behind where the trucks were. I'd have to go and dump that shit.
So there is a place for them to shit that is a toilet, right?
Yeah, and the Pilot? Oh yeah. There's plenty of that. When they're on their way down the road, they're just going to they're going to just, shit in a fucking McDonald's bag for real. Or piss in a fucking Mountain Dew bottle and keep on going down the road.
That's disgusting.
They fucking call it trucker bombs. You piss in a fucking Mountain Dew bottle and you wing it out the road, wing it out the window and hit somebody. It's a trucker bomb.
I've seen gallon jugs, the fucking
2-liter bottles of that shit. Yeah.
Yes.
So pissing in a bottle is not as bad, but shitting in a McDonald's bag, that's gross.
Yeah.
guess I never really thought about that. I mean, I remember one of Larry's friends talked about shitting over a guardrail because he was out in the middle of nowhere and had to shit really bad. So he like pulled over and sat over a guardrail and shit off the guardrail.
But cleaning up all that stuff, it was what has really cemented that whole, well, humanity are disgusting, horrible creatures. The whole lot of them.
Truckers. Truckers are not humane. I mean, some of them can be. I'm not going to dog truckers. They provide a valuable service, but I feel like they spend their life in a truck, and if they don't have a woman, they don't have kids.
Oh, but wait, they do.
Some of them do.
They do.
But if they
it's
don't,
called lot lizards, dear. That was at the fucking the job at the fuck was that little gas station? Not TA, not Pilot.
It was like literally the fucking Quick Stop or something.
Yeah, it was fucking Quick Stop. It was this little fucking dirt ass truck stop gas station on the Ohio-Indiana line on Route 40, and that place was all kinds of entertaining. I was working there nights when I was working in Hastings days just to make a little extra scratch. I did not give a rat's ass about that job. They had a lot of lot lizards that went there.
That was a small ass place, though.
Yeah, you know
where did it fucking come from?
Fucking
the hotels that were right down the road.
Fucking Richmond, fucking New Paris.
Yeah, I mean,
like I remember this one fat chick. She was like easy 200-300 pound.
Fat shaming. 200 pounds isn't that big. Girl.
Like she was okay, like 300-350. She was a big girl. Okay, I just remember like because we sold condoms there because amazingly they sold. The parking lot was not lit. And it was like right there in that gray area between Ohio and Indiana, and neither the Ohio nor Indiana gave a shit about anything that happened there. And this big girl came in and bought all the condoms we had and just whipped out like, several $100 bills out of a fucking fat stack like that. She was going out to work. And I was like, to the person who was with me, like, should we call the cops on that? She's definitely a lot less. No, she's up here at least once or twice a week and we sell tons of condom to her. She's a good customer. Don't say anything.
That's funny.
Okay.
That place cracks me up because that's one of the places that had those infamous flower vases that would have like one single little flower in it and
crack pipes.
Yes.
I remember
the gas station crack pipes.
That place was
the flowers.
That place was fucking great because I fired myself from there because that was a rage quit, a good rage quit. Because I did not care because I had another job. I don't think I've
ever had a rage quit. I'm sad.
Oh, I had a hell of a rage quit there.
I know you've had rage quits.
I've definitely thought about rage quitting.
So have I.
But I've never done it.
I planned out a rage quit, and then I just didn't rage quit. I got fired instead.
See, the cool
That's because I had 2 other jobs.
See, the cool part about that rage quit is that I had the other job. I was at Hastings. It didn't fucking matter. I just had a little less party money myself,
Right.
But, that place, where I parked my car at, where I could see it from inside, so nobody fuck with it. There was a van that was parked there when I rage quit. I remember that van very distinctly. A week later, they found a guy dead in the van who fucking OD'd right next to where I parked.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I was like, Had I not rage quit, I'd have definitely been the dude to found that corpse. It was like decomposed enough they had to use fucking dental records to figure out who he was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just go with the fucking registration?
They had to prove it.
Well, I guess that's fair.
But it was one of those things that's like, After I quit there, the gas station / truck stop changed owners, and that's when they started renting... Fuel Mart, thank you. That is when they started selling fucking crack pipes actively out front, because they weren't selling them when I was there, and running porno videos.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were really catering to their core demographic with that shit.
That's good times.
Oh,
well,
man.
I mean, if you're like, I'm not like, I feel like, not that I think this would be a trucker thing, but also because of some truckers I've talked to, I think this would be a trucker thing because obviously if you have the crack pipe, it's like, they're like fucking smoking crack or, probably using it for meth, and they're getting like really hopped up and they're fucking driving so they can like drive more and, not have to worry about it. Cause when I was with Keith years ago, his neighbor was talking about how he'd always like fucking just do a lot of lines and fucking bullshit his logbook and, make it cross country and a lot less time than he should have because he was doing all kinds of coke. And I really don't know that that's like a thing. They're probably more like stringent on that now, but
like I remember like the problem I had with the store manager was just an outright just a piece of shit, and her fucking daughter, she hired her there. They had a thing that was very clearly stated that, you know, family members can't work there. You know, if my brother wanted to work there, for example, he wouldn't have been allowed. But because the store manager and her daughter had different last names, she let it work.
Oh no, we're not related.
Yeah. Despite living there. Well, the stupid bitch Lisa, and I remember her name still.
I hate her so much.
She was such a goddamn waste of air. I would work from like 10 to 3, or I'd get off Hastings at like 8. I would have enough time to stop, grab a bite to eat, and then go get to my shift at Fuel Mart at 9. Something like that. 9 p.m. And then I'd work that shift until like 5, 6 in the morning when that shit was supposed to end.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that stupid piece of shit Lisa would never get her ass out of bed to show up. I would call, and she'd take the fucking phone off.
I would leave. Fuck that bitch.
Her fucking mom was the store manager, so I'd call her mom. Her mom was like, what the fuck? I'm like, Lisa didn't show up again. Well, she had a bad night last night. Okay, that's cool. I've got to be at my other job in 3 hours, and then I still haven't slept. And this would be like 10 a.m. noon. I need to fucking leave. You just wait, we'll be there. And after a half a dozen times of that, that's when I rage quit. Because they finally hired this other chick, which was yet the manager's other daughter with another last name.
Yikes, bitches.
And the chick got me bitching. She's like, you said all these bad things about Lisa. Yep. Well, why? Because she's a fucking piece of shit and she can go to hell. You can't talk that way about my daughter.
Yeah, I can.
Well, fuck you, I quit.
That's good stuff.
I remember quitting that place. They're like, I'm going to keep your last check. Good for you. Keep that fucking $200 check. Suck my dick.
They technically can't do that.
When the place got sold to another company years later, out of the blue, mailed to my parents' house, a $200 check mailed to me. It's like, what the fuck was this shit?
That's awesome.
I was like, oh God, they fucking mailed me my check. And it was like, huh, neat. I remember hearing about Lisa from one of the other guys that worked there, eventually getting her ass fired because she got bored one night after I quit. They put her on the night shift. She got bored one night, had a newspaper, and cut out a bunch of letters and put a bomb threat in the bathroom.
Oh my God.
And some customer saw it and called the cops. That was a hell of a time, man. So yeah, I've worked a lot of jobs, but I've worked some interesting ones.
Do we live in that shitty of an area, or is just every area have that shitty of a person?
I think shitty person.
Yeah.
I kind of think so too, but at the same time, if you're living in an area that has $500,000 houses, all that area, well, I will say this.
It's going to be the hot chicks that look hot, but they're still that shitty.
But I feel like, so if you live in an area that has all them houses, which I can go to anywhere, drive around doing Uber and Lyft, and be like, that's probably got $500,000 homes in there. There's going to be a fucking shitty-ass gas station that's not employing those people. They're employing middle-class people or lower at that gas station that they're going to be going to 5 miles up the road, so...
Yeah.
See, I think shitty person, but I think there's also, like, different kinds of shitty persons.
Right.
But also, I've heard that this county is fucking horrible. Like, the people have, like, the worst fucking attitudes, like, in this area. And, like, if you leave it here, it's totally different.
I believe it. People have they're so fucking snobby over here. Because I said, man, going over to Lewisburg, I was like, everybody there, it's like they're your fucking friend. You go to the bar, everybody's talking and bullshitting. They're out having a good fucking time. It don't matter who it is. They be all fucking dressed up nice, but then I'm kind of like, is it because it's a trashy area and everybody's on the same low-life mentality? And I'm like, but they're all nice, so they don't judge anybody. So, I mean, like, there's something there with it, but, like, that's like
some core societal thing that it just leads you to be an asshole?
Well, but it's so, like, in that area, like, it's, like... I've partied with some major bums, and it's like, they were fun, they were cool. And then, like, Larry's like he said it. There was one time there was one of the boys' teachers was at the bar and shit, and he's like, I seen her naked in a hot tub at somebody's party. I'm like, fucking what? And this fucking elementary school teacher gets trashed and fucking apparently like it's kind of like
Turns into Slutzilla.
right, like she keeps her shit together during the week. Okay, cool, like whatever. And that's but like you would think somebody on the scale of like teacher wise, like they'd have their shit like differently, and they might be more likely to be like, I'm a snob. I'm not going to party with the people at the bar. I care what they think. I might lose my... No, not in that area. Like you don't have that. So it's kind of like, I think there's something to do in areas where people just aren't like, like rich bitch snobby. Like, it's like, oh, I've been poor. I've had my tough times and I've been looked down on and I don't like it. So I'm not going to judge other people. And then like there's an area where people go to congregate, and that's that area over in Lewisburg. And you go in this area, it's like, nope, I'm gonna fucking be a snob and look down on everybody. And it's like,
I'm gonna be a snob, look down on everybody. I have no money. I was abused as a child. I was abused as an adult. That's made me, make poor decisions my entire life. And I'm gonna fucking keep doing it. I'm gonna blame everybody else for that and not take, responsibility for that.
I feel like that's this area. Like they are fake, very fake people.
Except that beard, that's totally realistic.
Absolutely.
So anyway,
that's why I took mine off. It's scratching the shit out of my face.
We'll put it back on. We gotta do more ending soon.
God damn you!
Come on, man.
Put it back on my ass.
You can put it on your ass if you want.
I don't know. I think Ian's the one that told me, he's like, if you go anywhere else, people are like way cooler than they are in this county. It's like something with like in the water here or something. I'm like,
dude, it is.
Dude, there's a lot of that, like just around this southwestern Ohio in general. A lot of that defeatist. Like you've talked about that shit with driving through Dayton and shit.
Mm-hmm. People drive like ass in that area, and like some people are like angry in that area. And I thought it would get worse going south because it's a bigger area. No, people are cooler in Cincinnati.
So, what did we learn today?
I learned that it's fun to dress like evil Ron.
What did we learn today?
Same. It's fun to dress like good Ron.
I don't think I really learned a whole lot of anything today, except for it's fun to imitate Ron all the time.
Uh-huh.
I've learned that these bitches are the fucking shit.
You've known that. You've always known that.
Shall we do
That's
our thing?
our moron.
I'm moron.
Moron. I've learned that when there are two other Rons, there's not enough room for regular Ron, so he has to be moron.
I am the most Ron. I am more Ron than any other Ron. I am moron. Are we ready?
TheStrobingButtplug.com. Like, subscribe, and share.
Send.
Check you later.
Check you later. Ass and titties.